So when are you going to actually?
Hello, and welcome to the RJ Squared podcast, where we invite you to join the conversation. I'm Jamal, and I'm here with Jermaine and Vernell, and we're your unfiltered crew diving into life, culture, manhood, and so much more. We stream here live when we want on YouTube and Instagram, and sometimes Facebook and X. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and join the conversation to help grow the channel and build the community. And as you can see here, we have our socials. Lots of new socials. Renell, you want to review our new social platforms?
Yeah, so as we continue to grow, and I'm happy to inform the audience and my teammates here that we have come to the grand number of 45 subscribers over the course of 4 months. We've also clicked or created a lot of views on our YouTube channel, so we're definitely growing. The trajectory is positive and definitely where we want to go, or looks like we're going where we want to go. And the social media platforms that we now have available to you, for those of you that are just listening in and can't actually see the screen, is YouTube, the YouTube channel. We have also Instagram, we have TikTok, we have X, Facebook, and Snapchat. Would love to hear from the audience if you have any other recommendations for platforms out there that might be another resource that we could possibly use to kind of get the message out about the RJ Squared podcast. That'd be great. Please reach out to us. We can be reached via any of those platforms I just mentioned, or at our email, which is rjsquaredpodcast@gmail.com. Over to you, sir.
Beautiful. It's like we rehearsed that. It's good to see you guys. How's everyone doing?
Good, man. I'll be here
Good,
hanging
man.
out
Can't
with
complain.
Yeah.
the little man, and we're talking about it's funny, I was actually talking to my son this week about high schools. He's definitely into the engineering space, looking at STEM, but specifically robotics. So we're looking at they have like those magnet schools for like STEM or whatnot.
Yeah.
So thinking about maybe doing that for him, but the problem is it's like a 40-minute drive, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
But
It's a cost
yeah, so what
benefit
are your thoughts
analysis.
on that? Yeah, for sure. But my other thing is, at the end of the day, if it ain't broke, you don't need to fix it. And he's doing really well in school, and so we'll see. We're still thinking about it, and also, the whole friend factor. Kids want to be with their friends, so he's doing well. I'm okay with where he's at.
Cool. Are we good about showing our kids on the podcast, or?
I think we talked about it not too long ago. Well, about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. Initially, my thoughts were hell to the no, but now I've kind of shifted from that, and I think you're kind of leaning towards maybe possibly.
Well, since you're doing a humble brag about your son, my son, he's smart too. If I could, kind of share, he got a perfect score on it's not the SAT, but it's like a man, I'm messing this up, but it is a mathematics assessment, the fast mathematics assessment, and he got a perfect score. And there's a picture of him with a certificate. He was asked to, walk to the principal's office and shake the principal's hand, and he was given a certificate of accomplishment. It was a big deal. And his mom posted a photo of him holding his certificate up on Facebook. I was going to share it, but I'm just explaining it, so you get it. Anyway, shout out to my son Wesley. My son, I love you.
Congrats, Wesley. Congrats, Wesley.
He's 11 years old and already much smarter than me. So
that's exactly what I listen to my son speak sometimes, and I think to myself, was your vocabulary that robust when you were 12? And I have to say, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah,
All right. So so we won't show the pic, not just yet, but maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll have like
in the
an
future.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So November, what's good, man?
Making it, man. Making it. Just got back home, ready to shoot. When I stepped inside the house, I was like, you know what? Maybe we can go back to back like Drake's song. Quit 30 minutes today, quit 30 minutes tomorrow, or right around that general time span. Try to push out two. See, I was hoping you guys are available. You guys were. Tuck the text. Everybody was hyped. So let's do it, man.
So
Oh,
quick question: is it still cool to like Drake? I'm not sure.
no, I'm a Kendrick guy.
The way I feel about liking people, I don't really give like. If I like people, I just like them, regardless if they go out of style or not.
Sure.
But as far as from societal standpoints, that's a good question. It's actually a good question.
Because I think it's pretty clear to say that between him and K Dot, somebody won and somebody lost. It's
Oh,
undisputable.
And I'm not gonna lie, the first one that Drake dropped when he was like, is more like a 20v1.
Yeah.
I actually liked that one. I was like, oh, I actually like that.
Yeah.
And then Kendrick came out with his, and I was like, well, Drake, it's kind of over. Yeah, there was just a difference in lyrical talent. The production for Drake's was probably better.
I agree.
Overall.
Yeah, that OVO production was good. Yeah.
But the entirety of the song, Kendrick just, it is what it is.
Yeah, but they not like us winning all kinds of Grammys and the Super Bowl and him just trending forever. That just kind of. But what's funny? I was actually listening to some old Drake yesterday because I just felt like it, and it's funny you bring him up today. But I've always been a closeted Drake fan, but
I've never heard an entire album, man. I've heard songs on the radio and but I've never actually heard. I probably heard full songs, maybe 3 since he's been there.
Yeah. No, agreed. So Jimmy Kimmel, he's back. We just talked about that, and already they reversed that. So what happened? What happened, Renell?
I think the popular vote happened. Really, I think there was this uncontrollable popular pressure that was placed on all. What was it? Nexstar? No, not Nexstar.
Who?
The 2 local broadcasters that kind of put him on freeze. But most importantly, Disney and ABC, right? Once they did an about face, then I think everybody else kind of started falling in line. I don't think they really had a choice. Number 2, even if they were trying to silence him, everyone, if you go and look at the YouTube channel statistics, the guy was getting like millions and millions of views via YouTube. So there was no holding him back. And number 3, I think Kimmel's response or his comeback monologue was on point.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it either.
We should meet. Well, no, we can't because copyright issues. But it was measured is the word I would use to kind of define it. He didn't come back off the top turnbuckle. He didn't, really come in hard or hot. He was just measured, and he definitely got his point across. So I would encourage you guys to go and take a look at it and see what your thoughts are.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate because I haven't really been into late night television since maybe Letterman when I was in like maybe high school or early college. I just, now I will say with YouTube and the clips, I'll check out a clip or I'll see, what guest was on. And if it's a guest I'm interested in, okay, maybe I'll watch the clip, but that's really it. So for him to make such a big impact, I guess it was more about free speech and the fact that what he said wasn't even that big of a deal, at least to me. I think that was what was more important as opposed to, and then of course the fact that he's a celebrity. But I mean, I'm not really into late night anymore. I was into the Daily Show for a while when Trevor Noah was on it. But that's probably it. Like I'm not into who's the other
What
guy?
happened to him, by the way? What happened to Trevor Noah?
He's doing the podcast, which is actually okay. It's not bad.
He's not late night anymore at all.
No, he does no. So
Oh, I didn't
Jon
know that.
Stewart
Okay.
is back to doing the Daily Show. He came
Okay.
back out of retirement because they tried a few other people after Trevor left, and they just weren't hitting right. And so we went back to Jon Stewart. But yeah, he has a podcast. It's okay. It's a little nerdy, and that's saying a lot for me, who's a self-professed nerd. It goes a little too nerdy for me. So it's not for me, but I wish him all the best. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, that's my take. Like Jermaine said, I didn't watch it either, but I'm glad you did, and I'm glad you could share that a little bit. So
Yeah.
So I'll give my take on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
I do think I agree with Renell. Social pressure. They brought him back. Disney did get a lot of negative feedback for the suspension or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to term it. Even my sister canceled her Disney Plus.
Wow.
So the measured response, I didn't hear it, but I'm pretty sure he came back. But even though he came back, he's still muzzled to a certain extent. It's not just, hey, you can say whatever you want, things of that nature. It's not going to be like that. I think Disney or whoever is the syndicate network of where he's at saw the negative feedback. And they actually had to look at themselves in the mirror, had to sit down like, hey, if, we're on TV, if we are in a country where freedom of speech is constituted, is this actually right? Maybe we can bring them back, take the pressure off us, let them know, hey, we want to allow you to say certain things, but let's keep it cordial or whatever the case may be. Again, I didn't hear the first thing he said. To my understanding, it wasn't that egregious what he actually said. So why he got suspended, who knows? And that's why I touched with the freedom of speech, what Jamal brought up. I think nowadays freedom of speech, because a few years ago, I don't think there really was any. You can say shit, but I really do think the our freedom of speech was contingent on which way the speech was leaning.
yeah.
I truly believe that. And I think now, you can say it's because of Donald Trump, whatever the case may be. I think now it's more like, no, you can say whatever you want. You have your opinions. Even if you're wrong or right, you can still voice your opinions. Now, we're not saying spew hate speech or anything like that, but freedom of speech in a particular manner, you should be able to voice your opinions, just like the Charlie Kirk thing. Like, hey, he could say that, just like he allowed liberals to get up and say what they want. So that's the way I feel about Jimmy Kimmel.
Speaking of Charlie Kirk, I'm curious to know if you guys had seen that one video, which has gotten millions and millions of views. Is kind of analyzing the video of the murder of Charlie Kirk. And in this analyzation, they basically come to the conclusion or the hypothesis that the actual shot was from the rear, not from the front, where the FBI and law enforcement is kind of painting, how this murder took place. In the video, I actually saw it. When you watch it, it's a little grotesque, but when you watch it, it does kind of look like the shot came from behind, and the exit wound was in the front. So,
I'll say anything's possible.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
people thought
and
things about JFK's assassination for the longest time, even
That's
though
what I was
there's
thinking about.
evidence out there. People
And
still
I-
say what
yeah,
others have said, but anything's possible,
Yeah.
bro.
that's where I'm kind of going, and I hate to start conspiracies, right? Or
Yeah,
be part of it.
get your aluminum foil out right now, because I mean,
But
yeah.
when you get a chance, I encourage you guys to take a look at that video and see what your thoughts are.
I wouldn't know where to
on,
find that video. How do you find it?
I'll
No,
find
just
it
go
right now.
Charlie Kirk assassination conspiracy. It's gonna pull up.
Yeah, something like that.
That's it on
Yeah,
YouTube.
On a Google
Yeah.
search?
No, YouTube.
YouTube.
Go
No,
YouTube.
but they blur it out though, right?
No, I saw it. Like,
Remember, you
can
got age
actually-
restrictions like 18 and over, just like how we do.
Yeah.
I mean, they may not show everything, but they may show,
Okay.
So I'm going to throw something out there too.
Okay.
Since
All
we're
right.
talking about this, what I just find it crazy. It's all about timing, right? And when things actually happen. So all of this Epstein stuff is up in the air, right? And everybody's like, show me the Epstein files. We want to see the Epstein files, right? And if you were, in a position of power and you wanted to change the narrative, what's the best way to change the narrative?
Take out Charlie Kirk, take out someone of prominence, so
Maybe
the
a
people
false,
can focus on that, like
maybe
gladiator
a,
games.
yeah,
And I'm not
maybe
saying
like a,
Charlie Kirk specifically, but you start a different topic of discussion. That's usually how it's done in government.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's just kind of strange that
The
something
Art of War
like,
101.
yeah.
Wait, what podcast did I log into today? What you guys are on some
Hey, Reno
Yes.
asked the question. It is
I'm
what,
just
but
asking questions, though.
when you look at it from a totality, it would make sense. But the Epstein files, people been talking about that for a while. I don't know
But
if
it's getting
they're
really
more
hot in the
into it.
kitchen right now, though. It's getting very hot, right?
Yo, those files
and
aren't going to be released, bro. Like those files aren't
I
going to
don't
be released.
know. The Congress actually has the votes now to get those files released, at least in Congress.
what are people? So wait, help me understand. And for the uninitiated, of which I belong, what is the purpose? Like, what is the Epstein files, and what does it purport to?
So, for example, allegedly, and from what I've seen in what Congress has already been able to divulge, there is a travel itinerary, right? And it shows who is actually traveling to the island and when.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly, I'm going to use the word allegedly because I've never seen it with my physical, like in my hands, but I saw it on the screen. And allegedly, it looked like there was actually a trip for Elon Musk to travel back in 2014 to
Mhm.
the island to go visit.
Basically, the Epstein files are influential people that visited the island that could have been partaking in what was going on the island. That's all it is.
Allegedly, and we don't know that for
Allegedly.
sure. And there's no, they may have just went to go visit the beach, and that's it, right?
Yeah. So I guess then there's concern by these social elites who may or may not be on that list that the stink of Epstein may waft onto them, whether they did anything bad or not. They just
Exactly.
don't want to be associated with it. Because like you said, not every trip meant moral degradation and debauchery, right? Some of it may have
Right.
just been, normal. Who knows?
Going to the beach. Yep.
But you just don't want that association. I understand. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
More to follow on all that. I'm gonna find the link for that video and get your thoughts on what you think.
Yeah, send me the video because okay. I'm not even sure if I want to see it, but yeah, I'll muster up the courage to check it out, and I'll give you my thoughts.
Jamal,
Yeah.
thank you for the shirts.
Hey, look at my man. He done leveled up.
I got let me take the truth. So a couple of them are large and a couple are this is a XL. I need to lose around 20 pounds to really feel good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like a chick right now because I really love the shirt. So I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. I love you for that.
You look good in it. Yeah.
It's only 2 I haven't worn so far, and the other ones were short sleeves. But I actually like the long sleeves because I like to be able to roll up the sleeves and turn it short. So I actually love the long sleeves, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Those are top shelf. Those go for anywhere from $60 to
$80.
$80. Yeah. Oh, you already looked it up. Yeah. So that's top shelf shit, man. Yeah. So enjoy it. No, yeah, it looks good on you too. So
I appreciate it.
Of course.
Shit, I even broke out the hats I haven't worn that was just in my closet sitting. I was like, you know what? Let me break out the motherfucking hats, bro. Let's go.
There you go. All
right.
right.
Energy
So I want to bring up a topic.
Sure.
I'm sorry, Reno. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You're on the roll. Go for it, baby.
So I saw the last episode of Alien Earth.
What do you think?
I understand what you're saying. I don't think it's the best last episode I've seen, but I think it's a last episode to where season 2 can be extraordinary. I will say that.
Absolutely. Well, okay, I'll tell you why. So you're referring to the text I sent about how great a
Yeah.
season ending episode it was. I say that because it answered a lot of unanswered questions. It definitely left some unanswered, but
Mhm.
it answered enough where I didn't feel like the showrunner and the writers were disrespectful, like so many other shows do. Like so many plot devices or what am I trying to say?
Cliffhangers.
Yeah, just go like I've never seen from again. Not in
Yeah.
this case. I mean, a lot of the things that were set up, or I should say, most of them that were set up were either acknowledged, addressed, and there was a full on answer or a to be continued, something to that respect. And then it was done so well. I just thought where the synthetics end up. I'm not going to spoil anything, but where they end up, I think is great. That little eyeball octopus thing, got to watch out for him because he,
We
she,
still
they,
don't,
whatever.
because the eyeball wasn't
Mhm.
actually stepped on and killed. It was just like kicked across the room. So it's still going to be there next season.
Oh, we know you didn't see what happened on the beach.
Oh yeah, when it went into the dead guy, and
Yeah,
it rose.
yeah. So it's still in play. So anyway, for those who haven't watched Alien Earth, because apparently it has like very bad ratings in terms of viewership, very high in terms of critical acclaim. Obviously,
Mhm.
I think I don't know what the Rotten Tomatoes is. I'm gonna look it up right now. But it's a great show. Highly recommended, and I hope FX gets a season 2. So, have you seen it for now?
I have not. Please don't spoil it for me. I'll definitely get in that though soon.
Yeah. Okay, so see, okay, so it has a 93% critic rating, but a 67% audience rating. That hurts my soul.
Yeah,
Wow.
you know what? So the critics rating, I think they understand how difficult it is to make a show like this and make it
Yeah. Yeah.
enjoyable for not only people that are in sci-fi, but people who aren't necessarily in sci-fi.
hmm
Um, the people's rating or the crowd sourcing rating, whatever the case may be. I just think it's some people that I don't like scary shit. I don't like jump scares. I don't like aliens. Don't like
hmm
robots. Don't like sci-fi. I think that's more of what it is. And I never, before it came out, I didn't hear too much about it. Like it wasn't promoted extensively how some shows are. I'm gonna tell you what I liked about the last episode. I loved the title of the episode.
Okay.
What
I
was it?
forget
The
what.
real monsters?
Uh yeah, something like that. Hold on, let me go back. What was it? So if I go okay, here. Nope, that's not how you do it. Wait, how do you go to the well, anyway, I know what you're saying. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Episodes. All right. So episode 8, the real monsters. Right.
The real monsters.
Yep.
So I love how they built into the real monsters in literally the
hmm
last 4 minutes of the show. What man, why can't I think of her name?
Well, don't give anything
Wendy.
away.
What Wendy said. Um I love that. I tell you what I wish they would have showcased more. The synthetics, actual speed, strength, agility, and things of that nature. Because we haven't even remember, like on the second episode, we saw her jump off a fucking mountain and land on her feet.
Yeah, I think
And
they
they
have
haven't
yet.
really showcased what they can actually do yet.
Well, that speaks more to what there is to show in season 2 and
Yeah.
so on. I mean, they have a lot of room to grow, and I think for it being an 8 episode season, they got a lot done. A
Yeah,
lot
perfect.
done, and it wasn't rushed. It was the pacing was great, the acting's great. I love the setting, and then see, I'm ready to give stuff away, but they have a lot building up towards the end of that episode 8, where you're like, "Yo, what's gonna happen?" There's like so much stuff converging and happening towards that island. You're just like, "Yo, some big's gonna happen." Season 2, episode 1. So anyway, I don't want to give anything away because
But I'm gonna give you my predictions for season 2.
yeah,
The other fashions, the other four powerhouses,
yeah.
are gonna come to that island and they're gonna have a rude fucking awakening, bro.
Oh, right. They're gonna go in like assuming they know what's up, and
Yep.
just underestimate. Yeah, that's
The
probably
Asian lady who lost the aliens, she's gonna have her people. I think she's gonna get the other 4 top major, whatever they're called, fashions to
uh-huh.
join her. And when
Yeah.
they get there, they're gonna realize, oh shit. Because remember, not that many people know about the synthetic beings, and yet alone
Yeah.
the aliens.
Correct.
It's gonna be a good season 2.
It's gonna be an amazing season 2.
Yeah.
And speaking of season 2, at Blue Eye Samurai up here, I know we were gonna review season 1 like episode by episode? Is that what we talked about doing?
I don't know. I know we reviewed it kind of. I don't know. We could talk about that later on. But go ahead with the season 2.
Oh, well, can we show the trailer?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. This is season 2. It's 3 minutes 42 seconds. So
Woo.
let's see what happens. We won't get copyright for that, right?
If we do, fuck them.
45 seconds.
Okay.
Over one battle after another. This insanely great action
Oh.
film has it all.
a little-
It's 98% certified fresh.
I
That
thought
does
this
look
was going to
good.
be a serious movie at first, and now it's like showing up as a
Leonardo
comedy.
DiCaprio, one battle after another. Rated R.
Being a samurai is a demon's path, littered with death. Revenge does not hesitate. And I will have it.
Wait, hold up. This looks like the same.
That's
Is
like
it the
the
same?
no, it's season 2 teaser. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, it's a teaser. That's why.
It's a T. No, but there's a legit one. Hold on. No.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a legit one. Hold on. I gotta go to YouTube.
I'm actually surprised they took this long to get season 2 out.
Well, it's
Hey,
animation.
when your season 1 goes as well as it did, you're going to take a little
They
bit,
didn't.
bro. Trust
Well,
me.
they didn't expect it to do as well as it did, I'm sure.
But that's my point. When it goes as well as
Yeah.
it did out of nowhere, you're like, okay, we can't fuck this up.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it started production. So it's the same thing. All right. So they don't really have any footage, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
But-
Okay.
But I'm patiently waiting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Never mind. Cool. So what else is going on, fellas?
There's something that I wanted to get your thoughts on. I don't know if you heard this past week. The administration is kind of setting their stand or have created their stance that Tylenol is possibly tied to autism.
No evidence of that
And
whatsoever.
so I went and I grabbed a quick article specifically from NPR. It says that federal officials also said that they would be changing the level. Here we go. The suite. President Trump and several deputies said the FDA would be updating drug labels to discourage the use of Tylenol by pregnant women, suggesting a link between the common painkiller and autism. Jamal is our resident science pharmacist and super smart guy. What are your thoughts on this, pal?
So as a race of people, we often look for a reason, a justification for why things are the way that they are.
Mhm.
And if we don't have said justification or reason, we'll make one up. And I think this is another example. Autism's been around for a long time. In fact, we don't know how long autism has been around. It may have been around ever since people, right?
Beginning of time.
Yeah, but thanks to advances in science, we've learned that there is this behavioral disorder that makes it challenging for people to socialize to varying degrees, 1 through 3, right? Of which I am level 1, and so obviously that's a disruption to the way we want society to be. We want everyone to be on the same level playing field. But when you can't figure out what it is, number one, let alone how it comes about, you start grasping at straws. In my 6 years of education, I have yet to come across any substantial, reasonable evidence to suggest that autism is linked to anything environmental, pharmaceutical. I think it's genetic. I think it's tied to a lot of different factors. But like I said, people like to find a reason for why things are the way they are, and until they do, they're gonna just be on a witch hunt.
Yeah. And so then that piques my interest even more, right? What is the motive? Why?
So, I think autism is a threat to normalcy. You know, so so, and this is now we're getting a little complicated on a Saturday, but that's cool. I'm going to do my best to unpack this because I guess I'm the resident expert on the topic. So, autism is a behavioral disorder, right? And I've already kind of touched on this in previous episodes of our podcast, but in short, it makes it challenging for those people to become normal members of society. And we already have so many things that threaten normal integration into society, whether you're an immigrant, whether you are educated, where you are on the social economic ladder, your health, race. We don't need one extra thing. And this one extra thing doesn't care what you look like, how you speak, what religion you are. And so I think it threatens like not just a single group of people, but all people. And I feel like that's threatening. And if you can't pinpoint to what it is that's causing it, that's scary. And so they're just grasping at straws to figure out how to snuff this out and beat it and move on, but they can't. And it's been going on now for 30, 40 years. And the prevalence of autism appears to be growing. Now, I don't think that more people are getting autism. I think what that means is we're starting to understand
more aware
and be more aware of it. So, you know what I mean? So on the one hand, if it's always been around, but we're just now more aware of it, then maybe it's not even that big a deal. But maybe that we're more aware of it, it makes us more paranoid about it, and we want to do something about it. I'm not sure which it is, but I think that's why. I think they're just afraid of this threat to normalcy and how it will impact society. So that's my take.
Yeah. So it says here, one of the researchers on that study was Ann Bauer, an epidemiologist at the University of Massachusetts. Bauer said she thinks pregnant women should be told about a possible risk, right? So there is a possible risk.
No, that doesn't mean that, because anything's a possible risk. That's the like ambiguous term, a possible. Like anything could be a possible risk.
That's true.
Yes. So, but the researcher also was worried that it might be too soon to have the federal government offering guidance on its use. More specifically, and I quote, "I'm a little concerned about how this message is going to come because I think they may be jumping the gun," Bauer said before the announcement was made. I think those of us in the research community would like to see stronger evidence, which means there has been some research that points towards that possibly, but not conclusive just yet. However, the administration has taken that small sample size, where this is what I'm reading, and now kind of said, hey, stood up on the desk and said, hey, pregnant women, do not take Tylenol. Don't do it, right? And when you do that, you know, it scares people, especially if it's the president of the United States.
Tylenol has been around since the 1950s. And how many pregnant women have taken that for random pain and have not? There is a medication called thalidomide that came out in the 1950s. I don't even remember what it was used for. I'm not going to even try to guess. But what I do remember about it, and this is its claim to fame, is that it caused significant birth defects. So much so that it was black labeled and taken off the market. That has not happened with Tylenol. You know why? Because it's very safe. It is a very safe medication. It has been proven time and time again to be mild. Okay. if taken above 3 grams or actually up to more than 4 grams in a day, it can cause liver toxicity. There is that. But if taken within
Mhm.
the recommended amount, it's a very safe drug and it's been around for a very long time. That being said, again, I think
So
this is just a witch hunt.
yeah. So to your point, the warning label, which contains active ingredients, blah, 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 danger and warning. Key warnings from a Tylenol danger label are specific to, like you said, liver warning, alcohol warning, an overdose warning, allergy, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Those
it's
are not that that's, I mean, those are significant,
yeah,
threats,
yeah, but that's if taken more than what's recommended.
Mhm.
But if
Right.
taken within the what's directed, it's perfectly fine. But again, you got to be careful, man. You got to. I wouldn't say take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, look at the evidence. It's been around
Mhm.
for a very, very, very long time. I would be more skeptical of a new drug that just came out on the market
Yeah.
than one that's been around for half a century.
Yeah.
So, and then for them to all of a sudden say, well, it might be linked to autism. No, I strongly, strongly, highly doubt that. I just, they're just looking for they're just looking for answers. They're looking for answers because of this threat of autism that allegedly is growing. When we're not sure if it's growing, we think we're just becoming more aware of it as we learn more about the disorder. Now, that being said, there's levels to autism, right? There's level 1, someone like myself who is high functioning. You wouldn't know unless I told you. So there's that. I don't know if the concern is level 2, like my youngest son. He has level 2. He's going to need some help probably for the majority of his life. And then there's level 3 where he or she or whoever is always going to need support, and they are always, and maybe that's what they're really concerned about. But I think the overwhelming majority of people who have autism are in level 1. The
Mhm.
2s and the 3s are the minority. Those are
Mhm.
extreme cases. And that's the
Are
reason
there
why they
no
had to make different levels, because it's a spectrum and not everyone is, high functioning or low functioning. You fall somewhere in the middle, but the majority are in 1, maybe 2.
let me stop you for a second so we can make sure that the audience keeps up with us because you're incredibly intelligent. So when we're talking about the 3 levels, can you actually define those 3 levels with a nomenclature, specifically level 1? You just define that tier as Asperger's, and then level 2
Well,
being what, and level 3
Well, it's
being
not
what?
just ask. Go ahead, sorry.
so Asperger's is the old term that was used. So the official term is autism spectrum disorder, or
Mhm.
ASD. Uh,
Mhm.
Asperger's was the old term that was given towards what is now ASD level 1. Uh, the ASD term and the 3 levels, that's new. That came out in the last, I don't know, decade or so. But before that, Asperger's was the common name used for a high functioning autistic person.
So
But
so that's the first of the triangle. That's level 1.
yes, yes.
Okay. And then when we go to level 2, how is that defined?
So, and I don't want to mislead anyone. I'm going off of
Mhm.
what I remember. So
Mhm.
I don't know that they have a unique name to it, but what I can say is when it comes to level 2, you do find that you'll need a bit more assistance when it comes to occupational therapy, like just hygiene, eating, knowing how to follow rules, things like that. But if you have someone to assist you, and to help you and remind you, you'll be okay, right? So there's that. And then there's level 3 where they need help with everything. Just think of like a toddler.
Non-functioning.
Yeah, let's think of a toddler, but in an adult's body. It's something like that where they just can't get past very, very basic understanding. Um, I think that's the kind of autism that scares most people, is when they see that, even though that is not the majority of people with autism.
Let me
Yeah, so
give
I wanted to
my
just kind of back you up real quick, just for just clarity. What you said is absolutely spot on. Asperger's is an old term, high functioning autism. It's ASD level 1, ASD level 2, and just exactly what you said. I just looked it up. Requiring support, requiring substantial support, and then
Right.
tier 3, the highest or
Right.
most requiring very substantial support.
Right.
Let me
Right.
break this
Go ahead,
down for
Jim.
the people in layman's terms, please. No, I'm being
Okay.
serious because Jamal's going off what he knows. You're going off what you're reading. Let me break it down to layman's terms. Autism, 3 different levels. 1, 2, 3. Level 1, a person may not even know they have autism. They can still function on their own. They can learn on their own, things of that nature. They're good to a certain extent. Maybe they may get some type of treatment like, oh, I didn't know I had this. This is the reason why I can't concentrate on this one specific thing for more than 20 minutes at a time. Am I correct with level 1 there?
Uh, yeah. For the most
Overall,
part, yes. For the
certain.
most part,
Okay.
yes. Yes.
Level 2, a bit more intrusive as far as what they can do, but the level 2s you can still send them to certain schools to where they can have a learned behavior, to where they can actually adapt and still be able to provide for themselves, have a job, know how to, maybe they're great in math but they are bad socially, things of
Yeah.
that nature. But they can actually learn this over a course of time to where they can actually be on their own to a certain extent the older they get into their adolescent years and also the maturity years, right? Level 3, pretty much gonna need assistance for the rest of your life, someone to take care of you or a nurse to take care of you from that aspect. You still have senses, you're there, you might be able to understand, you can still love, you can still get mad, things of that nature, but you need some type of assistance from an outside person or persons to assist you in your daily life.
Yeah. I think that's a fair
Assessment.
generalization. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And look,
Excellent. Excellent regurgitation. Thank you.
no, it's no. You, if I was regurgitating, believe me, I would look. I'm just taking what you said because some people are going to look at it and let's say a person does have autism and they say, "Oh, um, is OCD considered autism?"
No.
No, okay. But let's say someone who isn't sociably acute,
Yeah.
they, you know, they're a loner in high school. They finally get a great job, get medical benefits, get tested, or whatever the case may be, and they find out they have autism. Maybe this right here, they're in 11th grade, be like, huh, why doesn't Jenny like me? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tried
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. No. So a lot of people like myself, like who were born in the 70s, maybe early 80s, were diagnosed later in life because they just didn't know a lot about autism back in the day, you know. And I think those same people who now are parents, uh, they don't want their kids to go through that. And
Yeah.
so if there is something linked to it, they would want to prevent it. But at the same time, I really do think this has been around for much longer than we're willing to admit or realize. And I think it's great to do research and to find like if you're doing research and you find a correlation, you should do further tests to see if there truly is a cause or if it's just coincidence, so that's the difference, causation or correlation, right? So, I think a lot of these politicians jump on the correlation bandwagon and say, aha, 2 people in this study who took Tylenol have autism. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean one caused the other, but I think they just jump on it because it's a sound bite, and then it goes to the zeitgeist, and then we're just here we are talking about autism and Tylenol. So, yeah.
I wonder if this is, and going back to the conspiracy theory, more fodder and chaff being kind of a submarine term. So like if an actual torpedo is being fired at your submarine, you usually deploy as a countermeasure chaff to help,
Okay.
divert that torpedo from your submarine. And this almost seems like chaff, right? To kind of create more distraction from what they're really not wanting to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Because you
So
just
they know
don't
it's in
have,
the water, but let's blame Tylenol, pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
But here's the thing, man. I think people really need to be mindful of the information that's being presented, especially on the internet and social media. I mean, I think I brought this up the last episode. Socrates said it best. There are 2 universal truths. There's wisdom and ignorance. And I think a lot of ignorance is posted on social media and on the internet, and people will run with it as though it's gospel. But at the same time, they won't take the time to really do the research because they don't have the attention span to do it either. So we're into this churning kind of a scenario where no one gets smarter. We just kind of take things at face value and run with it. And that's what Charlie Kirk was actually trying to prevent. He was trying to get people to be responsible and to, hey, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, why don't you meet me on this college campus and debate me? And if you know you're going to get stomped on because you think I'm smarter, well, then be prepared next time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But people hated him for that because they felt they made him look stupid. But it's really you not being prepared to speak on the issue where he was. And you could have got to his level, but you just didn't care to. And this is the same thing. This is no different. You know, the information is there. Tylenol's been around for half a century. Why this of all the drugs? It just makes no sense to me. But that's my opinion.
So let's continue to study it, and if it's factual and it shows that yes, in fact, Tylenol is tied to autism, then let's make it actually based on studies that are robust and unpolitical. That's
Because
the key, right?
before it was vaccines, and that was
yeah,
debunked.
like 2 weeks ago. Yes. As a matter of fact, it continues to be vaccines. Let's get rid of
people still haven't been convinced that it has nothing to do with it. In fact, the most substantial research on the cause for autism is related to metabolism. The fact that people with autism lack enzymes and proteins that are common in those who do not have autism, and that those metabolic pathways allow for language processing and processing in the social centers of your brain to happen more freely and more easily than it would in a person who's autistic who do not have those enzymes and proteins. That is early days research. They have a lot more to do, but that makes more sense to me than some external environmental thing. I really do think it's genetic. I think it's inherent to each person. And that would also explain why there are different levels. If it were a medication, why then would it be levels? Why wouldn't it be the same thing for each person? Right? Because trust me, if you take too much Tylenol, there aren't levels of liver failure you have. You just have liver failure.
Mm-hmm.
So the leveling of it, to me, indicates that there's a genetic component based on the degree of, like I mentioned, the lack of metabolic processes that go on in your brain or whatnot. So anyway, I just wanted to leave it on that. We can bookend it. I know we kind of talked that one to death, but I just feel like it's a witch hunt, man. People don't know what they're saying.
I knew you would come out passionate on this one.
Yeah.
So,
well, it hits home, because
Hey.
it impacts me and my family. And so I've done my research on it. And it's been an awakening for me because like Jermaine said, I didn't even know I had it. I definitely had my issues with socializing, but for the most part, I masked it. I kind of covered it up and, I can flip a switch and be charming if I have to be, but, to say that there's something wrong with being autistic is kind of a slap in the face because it's a part of who I am. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's just being different. And in this country, you can't have a different opinion from the majority. You can't look different from the majority. And in some cases, you can't have a different God from the majority. So this is just another thing that people don't want to have to tolerate. It's
always
I don't like
attacking the margins.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's not good.
I hear you. All right, what's next? We're 48 minutes in, 49 minutes in.
Well, I was actually going to say I kind of need to make this a short one because I need to take my wife to the mall.
Ooh, what you going to buy?
She wants.
You don't even know yet, do you? You just find out when you get there.
I think it's a pair of $200 jeans. She saw, yeah.
Bro, you know how many jeans I can get for 200?
How many?
At least 3. At least 3.
Well, she's getting 1. So
hey, that's the good life.
She's getting 1. Hey, there, you brought it back. Yeah.
Hey, if I got 200, I'm trying to squeeze at least 3, hopefully 4.
There you go. Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's all I got, man. I want to talk about Jimmy Kimmel and how Disney just reneged and was like, psych. we playing.
They're gonna muzzle him a little bit, but glad to see him back. A lot of people don't even remember he got started on Fox NFL Countdown with the little skits.
Oh,
So
not
they
only
don't even
that,
remember how
You-
far he came from to get to where he's
You-
at.
I am curious because I disagree. I don't think he's going to be muzzled. I think he's going to be measured, but he's still going to take his jabs at,
Yeah.
Mr.
Well,
Trump.
if he's measured, he's muzzled.
Yeah.
If they're taking away free reign from what you're saying, and you're measuring what you're saying, you're muzzled to a certain extent, regardless.
Let's see. I'm curious to see what happens. Curious to see what happens.
Now, if they just let him go full throttle, I'll be like, oh, okay.
Okay.
But I don't think it's going to
Yeah.
happen. Because look, when my sister starts bringing it up, and remember, she's 60 something, you're like, oh, shit.
so
Shout out to Renee.
speaking of Jimmy Kimmel, and we were talking about blackface last episode. This
Oh,
guy
yeah.
he did blackface. Yeah. Check this out.
Who did?
Sometime at night, Karl Malone look up in sky and say, what the hell going on up there? Do UFO live on other planet, phoning home like E.T.? Karl Malone read on TV about white people getting deducted by aliens, sticking all kind of hell up their butt. And that's a damn thing. Now, Karl Malone never seen no flying saucer himself, but if he do, that's going to be a spooky time. That's why Karl Malone say government got to step up and give 102% to keeping them little green man off this here earth. Because the day them dudes stick something up Karl Malone butt, that ain't going to be no good time for nobody, especially Karl Malone butt. Listen up, E.T. You better stay the hell back.
Did he say
Now you
BET?
Until next
Yeah.
time, this here Karl Malone.
So when was this made?
Oh man, so he was on this show called The Man Show on Comedy Central.
Mhm.
This is probably like,
Over 10 years ago?
yeah, this is like 14, 15 years
Bro,
ago.
you see how different it was back then, bro?
Yeah, but he did blackface.
Yeah.
And
No push. Well, it might have had some pushback, but nothing we can actually remember. Nothing of substance.
but he's on the late night show. So, why
Bro,
why
it
y'all
was funny, man. It was funny. I mean, and that is Karl Malone. That's how he talks.
Yeah, and instead of the jazz, he was the jams. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just think people are just hypocrites.
Yeah. And they soft as fuck nowadays.
Like no criticism at all. Like no pushback. You just gotta say yes to everything. It's crazy.
Yeah. Renell just want to hear line, nah, Colombian rice, beans, and chicken are the best. No, they're not. You know what I'm saying? Koreans make
What?
good fried chicken, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a lot of people sleep on Asian fried chicken. Like, okay, you Popeyes, churches, all that shit. Bro, Asians make some good fried chicken, bro.
Yeah. They do.
Fried chicken.
Hey,
I
if
tell you
I'm
what,
telling you,
my favorite Asian meal is
Oh.
pad thai.
is what? Pad Thai?
Pad Thai? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That was the meal you bought for me when I came down or flew
Yeah.
up to help you.
Yep.
You were like, I know a restaurant, and it was Pad Thai. I wanted to touch on something since we were talking about health. Do you guys know who James Vanderbeek is?
No.
Mm,
Okay,
but I
he's
will
an
in 30
actor.
seconds.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I
He's
know
an
his
actor.
picture.
He's an actor. He was on this very popular TV show called Dawson's Creek.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. He was also in a great movie called Varsity Blues.
Oh,
he
the
was
blonde
the-
kid. Okay.
He was a quarterback. Yeah.
Mhm.
Fun fact, he was born March 8th, 1977. That was 5 days after me. We were the same age, which I thought was cool. But this guy has 6 kids. Anyway, I bring him up because he was diagnosed with colorectal cancer last year. He has stage 3 colorectal cancer. That's the same type of cancer that took out Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther.
Mhm.
Both
Yeah.
of these guys were young. Well, James Vanderbeek, he's 48 now. He was diagnosed at 47. Chadwick Boseman, I think, was in his 30s. A lot of young people are getting diagnosed with colorectal cancer.
Yeah.
It's becoming more prevalent. And I just want to shout out a call to action to all of our viewers, maybe those who are 45 or younger, because now that's the new recommended age for getting screened and having a what do you call that?
Colonoscopy?
There it is. Yeah, having that. So I did some research on this, and I was shocked to find that processed meat is considered by the World Health Organization, the WHO, to be a Category 1 carcinogen.
Ooh.
So, what is processed meat? Sausage, pepperoni, cold cuts, right? Because
Everything I
what
love.
well, what does that do? Because it's the American diet is low in fiber, that meat that you eat tends to sit and stay in your intestines way longer than it should, exposing your body to whatever chemical process made that meat in the shape of a whatever it is. So, hey, take care of yourselves, people. That's all I need to say. Because like
I would
I
ask
would
you something
also,
about that because
I would also recommend you find a female doctor as opposed to a male doctor.
what's that gonna do? You still got some up your ass?
Smaller fingers. Smaller fingers.
Okay, Jermaine, what were you gonna say?
I mean, you know what? I can't even say you're wrong right now because you're
That's
actually
true.
right.
That's true.
Like, yeah, that makes sense. I don't want to fucking
This man
less
had
invasive.
sausage fingers. I felt a
dude
little
come out who's
violated.
6'6", who can palm 3 basketballs at once. Like, yeah, like, oh shit.
And you know what? They don't even take the courtesy to you have
Like-
gel in your ass after they're done.
Yes.
I've never felt so anyway. Go ahead, Jermaine.
Oh no, I just wanted you to educate the whoever watching about processed meat. Processed meat is the meat that you eat that they have to form to a certain way. It's not like taking a chicken, boom, chopped off a wing, here's your wing. That's not
Yeah.
processed.
No.
Turkey, boom, chopped off a turkey wing, not processed.
Yeah.
So processed meat is literally meat taken and transformed to be a certain shape. That is
Yeah.
processed meat.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the kind you get at the deli, and they're cutting those slices out of
Cold
that big
cuts.
fat bowl,
Mhm.
that round bulge of meat. Yeah, that's processed. Because
drumstick, straight cut,
because
not
yeah, because it's
processed.
ground up and then reformed together, and it's held together with like all kinds of
Some
shit.
kind of chemical. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Right.
processed meat or sausage or hot dogs. You know,
Yeah.
hot dogs. That's like what 50% meat and
I don't
whatever.
even know
they're-
enough nowadays. It might
Exactly.
just be dog. Who fuck knows?
So yeah, it was processed meat. Alcohol is another one. Unless people are drinking alcohol now, because there's so many things that are bad about it. So one of them being cancer. So anyway, I just saw that because they had a reunion for Dawson's Creek and he couldn't make it. Lin-Manuel Miranda took his place, but he I should probably show it because he looks very thin, kind of like how Chadwick Boseman did, which does not bode well for him. Which is sad because he has 6 kids and a wife. But and there are only 4 or 5 stages of cancer, so he's at 3, which also isn't good. But anyway, and he had to give like a speech as to why he couldn't be there, and bringing awareness to colorectal cancer. So anyway, I just want to give a shout out to him and his family. I hope he recuperates. And for any of those who have yet to get screened, I strongly suggest that you do. I know we're joking about little fingers, but it's a small price to pay because he actually got. I'm back on James Vanderbeek. He pushed off having that done, the exam, and when they did finally do the exam, he's waking up out of anesthesia, and right at that moment is when his internist said, "Okay, we found cancer." So, and it
I
was,
need to find a primary care physician. I was just talking to somebody about this. I actually need to find one up here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know Raynell stays with fingers up his ass, so
yeah, but they're not qualified, are they?
well, and we're talking about women.
Okay.
We're not even talking about doctors.
Oh, okay,
But
I got you.
but no, seriously, I need to find one. And people, I was making that up. That's not Raynell. Just I was making it up. But I need to find one. I was just talking to somebody about that. Like I need to go get a full checkup and get checked and things like that. Put a finger up my ass and all that shit.
Listen, man, it's a small price to pay for that peace of mind. Because I went ahead and did it. I did it. What was it? When I was 45, I think. And they put you out. They put you on anesthesia because it's this snake and it routes all the way through your intestine. And it's taking pictures and it's grabbing polyps and cutting shit out of you that don't belong there. It's a process. And when it was all said and done, he gave me this like 20-page report with pictures of inside my colon. You did it, right, Renell? You did it?
Yep.
So
But like I said, I had one bad experience with male doctor, and I definitely go.
Maybe
to
he liked
female
you, man.
doctors for
Or he was flirting
Yeah.
with you?
No, man, just big ass fingers, bro. Can't handle that. No thanks.
Yeah.
Females, always,
Oof.
always. Just a big chunky guy with those fat fingers.
Maybe maybe he felt the need to do 2 instead of 1. Was it?
And then once he was
Yeah,
in there,
bro.
he was like,
He's just doing this. Do you feel this,
Yeah,
sir?
bro.
Semen song.
he
Avoid
probably
the
he
males.
probably looked at the nurse and said, "How many fingers do you think I have up?" Good show, guys. Hey,
Oh man, yeah,
needed
that's
this one.
it. Yeah, we did. All right, let me wrap it up here real quick. Okay, and that's a wrap for our episode today of RJ Squared Podcast, where the convo never stops. If you vibe with us, do us a favor, hit that like button, drop a comment. We want to hear from you. Subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. So, Renell, MAGA for life. Where can people find you on social?
You can find me at @RaynellSaw_JR Instagram.
All right, and November Montgomery. Bless us. Where can we find you?
November Montgomery, all platforms. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Go to all the socials. Hit the like, comment, share button or the like button. Share it if you like. Comment if you like. Plenty of different socials. Kudos to Raynell. He pretty much got us set from TikTok to Facebook to Instagram to all that. Jamal does a lot of work behind the scenes, also getting us up and running. I kind of just like send out a text like, "Hey, you guys want to shoot?" Not even gonna lie to you, people. I do the least out of it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell the truth.
No,
They
that's
do
not
way
true.
more.
He's
And I
our
gotta
Michael
step it up.
Jackson.
Jermaine
He's a
is the
Michael
heart.
Jackson.
He could break
That's
out and
right.
do this himself if he wanted. So we're
That's
glad you
right.
don't. Don't leave us.
That's right.
No,
Yeah,
man, never that. I appreciate
don't
having
leave me,
these two
Michael.
brothers. I appreciate the talks on and off stream. But like, comment, share, subscribe. In the description, I believe we're going to have all of the links to the channels, so you can go to them all and actually subscribe or become a member to them all. It'll help us out greatly in the algorithms, especially if you comment and like and or subscribe. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Jam, before you close, Jam, can you share the screenshot again, just so we have it on video, and then do your final closeout?
Yes, I can,
Boom.
Renell. Just like that. So
I'll read through it. I'll read through it. So we have YouTube at RJ Squared Podcast. We have Instagram at RJ Squared _podcast. We have TikTok at RJ Squared 7. We have X at RJ Squared Podcast. We have Facebook at RJ Squared Podcast, Snapchat, RJ Squared 25. And keep in mind, when I say squared, I am speaking of the number 2, people. So XRJ2, as in the number podcast, Instagram, RJ2 _podcast, etc. And you see the Gmail at the bottom as well, RJ Squared Podcast at gmail.com.
awesome.
Beautiful.
All right.
It lives and it's memorialized forever.
All right. And I'm Jamal. You can find me at Jamal is Good on Blue Sky if you're there, and Instagram. And that is it. It's Saturday. Enjoy the weather. Get some sun. Peace.
College football, baby.
Release the Epstein file, bitches.